What I'm going to start with is clicking on the SAP Concur app. So as soon as you get the notification to do so, please download the SAP Concur app and log in. And I'd like to call out a couple of things before we get started. So let's click on those three lines at the top left-hand corner, and we're going to select Settings. The first thing I want to make sure you do is double check that Expenses is turned on. This is going to save you a whole bunch of time when creating expenses. So you want to make sure that's turned on. The next thing is take a look at the Expense Assistant. This is what's going to automatically move those expense line items right to an expense report for you. And you can decide, first of all, whether you want it on or off. And second of all, whether you'd like your expense reports created on a monthly basis or by trip. Mine is set up to do it on a monthly basis. Next, you can decide whether or not to save receipts to your photos on your phone or on your device. I've turned this off because I don't like to use up the space. I trust that Concur is going to save the receipt for me as long as I need it. So those are some of the key things in settings that I wanted you to be aware of. So let's get started with creating an expense report. The first thing we're going to do is click on the Expense It button at the bottom left-hand corner. And I've got a number of different receipts that I need to submit. So here's my first one. I'm just going to take that picture. And what the tool is going to do for me is read this receipt and create the line item for me. You'll notice when we get to the expense report, I haven't keyed in any data. The tool is going to read the receipt. It's going to do its best to let me confirm the amount. It's going to pull an expense type. It's going to put the date and the vendor. All of that stuff that I used to have to fill out on my Excel spreadsheet now gets done for me. So again, the only thing I have to do, make sure that the amount matches. And yes, this was a $6 receipt. And I'm going to move on to the next receipt. Now, this particular expense was for a dinner. You'll notice there's actually two receipts here, and this is important. I have the itemized dinner receipt as well as the credit card receipt. And the reason I need to be able to include both is so my manager can see all the details associated with what this dinner